going.
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, good. It's going great. Yeah, how you doing?
Doing all right. Got this Brooklyn Brewery non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, lovely. I'm depressingly drinking a small can of Mountain Dew. I'm out of good sodas.
Feels like I'm day drinking, but obviously not getting drunk. So
Best of both worlds, Josh.
I feel like guilty, but also not.
Sounds good. I wish I had one. We could do a cheers.
And I tried to grow a moustache since you're doing the beard. I thought I'm gonna try a moustache.
No, we'll do Movember. Again, not for charity, just for ourselves.
Well, mine comes in light, so I'm gonna have to start early.
Well, it took me a while as well, and mine's coming in ginger. There's a couple of greys in there because I'm an old man.
How do you feel about that? A grey?
It's fine. I feel like a sexy silver fox, like George Clooney or something. I don't mind. Aging, I'm fine with aging. I love it.
Yes, I guess it can be a good look.
I have no nostalgia for my youth, really, or no wish to be young again. Like,
No.
there's people, I wish I was young again. Like, fuck that. It was shit. I like where I am now. I've built a castle.
Yeah. It's just
I don't want to lie around in the foundation of a castle.
No, I wouldn't want to be mid-30s, early to mid-30s is fine.
It's great. It's the best. Yeah, I'm feeling good today because I actually had a good drawing day yesterday. We skipped manga chat and we both just tried to just draw all day. And I actually locked in. I actually got the horse blinders on, and it's one of those days where I didn't really look up from the paper. And I'm doing the blacks today on this. Got my gouache plate out, and I'm doing my heavy blacks with my brushes. So it's always good. For me, it's the final phase of a piece. So I'm really excited about this. This is for our secret anthology we're putting out for Short Run. We just got a last minute contribution today from one of our favorite artists and friends. So really excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one when we announce that. It's fucking some big names.
Yeah, more details to come on that. Yeah, some big names in there, some small names, some medium names, just lots of names, some quality stuff. Yeah, fuck.
Which number of how many people?
Where's the? I've got the list here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 you and 13 me. And 14 if we put this other thing in. Yeah, 14 people. It's pretty good.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. I'm really excited about it. We've got to get it off the printers fucking ASAP so we can have it for Short Run. But, we'll be all right. The printer works pretty fast. Anyway. Yeah, got the Suge in the mail yesterday.
Nice.
From Drawn and Quarterly, the 3rd volume with the Nekajishki, or however the fuck you say it, screw style. It's looking real nice. These red spot colors in here. It's looking absolutely fabulous. Really excited to dig into this. Yes, just beautiful stuff. Really excited about this.
The books I bought yesterday.
Ah, beautiful. I think I did a quote on the back of that Dark Garbage, didn't I?
Yeah. You said, I had a good time, highly recommended for your hippies share house.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Get into it, hippies.
This kind of drawing, we've all seen that,
Yeah, post-Fort Thunder, as I call it.
Yeah. It's like
post-noise.
I'd be excited.
Yeah. There's one strip in there that had me laughing like a drain. Yeah, I don't know. In the book, there was one comic that really got me. I can't remember which one it was because it was a long time ago, like 2019 or 2018. But yeah, you try to find it, Josh. You'd be like, "Was this the one, Simon?" I'll be like, "No, I've forgotten." Yeah, I love how pervy the Suge is. Like, very pervy page here, the Suge. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Pick it up from Drawn Quarterly with a big, nice Ryan Holmberg text block in the back. Lots of amazing information and anecdotes and context. Always fun to read.
Nice. What we did today, we're doing. We did the we've been doing those picks videos, and today we're doing contemporary picks.
Yeah, we're up to modern times, Josh. We did formative picks from our youth. We did mid-career, sort of, middle of our journey, our cartoonist journey, and now we're up to the modern times. So this is stuff from like the last year or two or so, and just stuff that we're digging, and under duress, Josh. A metaphorical gun, was held to both of our heads, and we had to pick 3 or so books or artists or whatever.
Mine aren't released in the last couple of years, but they're like new to me in the last couple of years.
Well, however you want to interpret the brief, Josh. We'll do our picks one by one, and then we'll compare, contrast, and discuss. And Cycle Cleveland and Wally Gropius and Crapmaster Zach and the gang can waffle away in the comments.
Yeah. All right.
Should we reveal, or should we do our first picks?
Yeah, let's do our first one. I already spoiled this one. I think last week or at some point, so I just picked that one first.
All right. Well, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Shroud. I've got Alex Graham.
I have Shroud. Olivia Shroud's Parallel Lives.
It's a classic. Why'd you pick it, Josh?
Let me see. It's just brilliant. It's like I think I bought it at Desert Island in January, and I think it's one of the best comics ever written. It's like it's funny all the way through. It's like incredibly beautiful. It's something like it took me a second, because I was like, I think about halfway through, it's like there was something that was like really depressing and claustrophobic about this comic to me. Like everything was kind of like in this. You ever see that scene in Total Recall with the woman with 3 tits? They're like inside Mars, and there's like everything's just like that claustrophobic underground world. That's kind of how I feel about these ones. It just grew on me as I was reading it, and by the time I finished this big last story, the space travel one, I was just like sold as this is one of the best comics I've ever read in my life. It's
I love the Cartoonify episode in there where they take the cartoon drug, and it's a book I recommend to a lot of people. Like when I put out the challenge last week to people to buy a graphic novel for an unenlightened friend, I think I used that as an example, because I put a lot of people onto weird comics with that. It's a very accessible, odd, fantastic sci-fi book.
Also, the ones where the aliens make him walk around like a tiny version of like history. That's that one's like so creative, and
Grays. That was originally a zine published by Desert Island, I think like 2012. I have the original zine of that, but I think that was my first exposure to Shroud, and it just like fucking hell. Or maybe I'd seen some of seen Shroud in zine form first, but he really is an unsung hero of contemporary alternative comics. One of the greats. I think he should be selling like 60,000 copies of these books, but for some reason the general public are a bunch of fucking idiots.
I think for a long time I was like turned off by like the open mouth drawings he constantly does. There's something about like
the soy face, as they call it, the kids call it.
That is kind of like the quality that I found unappealing at first, but it took me actually reading it to say that this is some of the best stuff out there.
I can't fault it in any way, really. I love that book. I've told this story before when Shroud was on tour for that book. He stayed at my house 2019, I guess, I don't know, and I took him to the museum in Seattle to see a big sci-fi exhibition, and he was like, I do not like sci-fi. So that's so weird, because you've literally, I think you've made the best sci-fi comic of the last decade or two at least. I mean, maybe there's some hard sci-fi nuts out there that could go in the comments and tell us like, nah, shut up, mate. This is your hard comic sci-fi. But some Farrell Dalrymple, or who are those guys, like that kind of crew. It's a Simon someone, I forget his name. I feel terrible, but they were pumping out some good sci-fi. Lando, Decadence, the Stathis Sembolidis, the Decadence gang, they're pretty good sci-fi, but it can't touch Shroud. From my perspective, sorry boys, but Shroud takes the cake he's the sci-fi man.
Yeah, he's the sci-fi king.
Yeah, highly recommended. So I just got a question here, Josh. Someone from Ed Wiley says, I'm currently in Paris. Any comic venues, books that you can possibly recommend on the French scene? Definitely the new Goiter collection by Josh Pettinger from Icky Meme.
Yeah, I have a French book out. It's in French though. I don't know if you're an American in France, but and you don't speak French, but yeah, Goiter from Icky, something like that.
But but comic shops. What's that? Sorry, what's that, Josh?
You can get that in all good bookshops. Yeah,
I'd say so. I hope Le Mont-en-Lair is a shop I really like. What's that, like Mountain Air or something? But Le Mont-en-Lair, great shop. I always spend a couple of $100 in there, and like, fuck, they always get me. They have a big, great section out the back. I think they've got a bit of English stuff, but good French stuff. Well, Superheroes is a good shop, even though it's called Superheroes. They have a lot of good stuff. Some big secondhand bookstore that I think Stephen Beaujon was a co-owner in or something. There's always great stuff there. Don't know. Go to Le Mont-en-Lair and then ask what are the good places to go for alt comics. What's the best stuff in French right now? I don't know. I like all that woofy, like Paul Descamps stuff and like all the Lagon crew.
Yeah, I don't know many French artists.
There's lots of stuff, but I'm spacing. But yeah, just go to Le Mont-en-Lair and ask there and just have a gander and have a dig about, have a relaxed dig, and then go get a croque monsieur and a beer and have a nice time.
Yeah.
Enjoy, wee.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Josh, my first pick, it was Alex Graham. We talk about Alex Graham on this stream a lot, friend of the show. But I'm loving these. I think Alex is just, she started with the Angloid stuff, kind of about her art school years, and Kilgore Books, great publisher, Dan at Kilgore, great guy. He put this out, this collection. This is great stuff. And then Alex just completely leveled up with Dog Biscuits during the pandemic. This was like my crisis zone. Like as I was producing Crisis Zone, I could read this and like, thank God someone else is doing a compelling daily comic. It's not just me alone. I mean, there are other people as well, but me and Alex, we were the best. The New York Times called Crisis Zone the first great work of pandemic fiction. So it's not my words; it's the words of the New York Times. But this is nominated for the LA Times Book Prize, won the Pucci Award in Spain. This is another award or something. It's called the Studio Prize. I think it won the Slate or Beat Studio Prize. Gangbusters. I've not actually read it in book form. I read it as it was serialized, and I don't know how it reads in book form. Probably well. I think it was sort of designed to read fluidly, I think. But I've heard people say that Crisis Zone didn't read well as a book. It was just too much. Like daily, yes, but as a book, exhausting. But I really do need to sit down and imbibe this in book form. And I've flipped through it and I've read passages, but I've not read the whole 300 pages or 400 almost. But Alex has moved on to the Devil's Grin. I mean, that's not even talking about like going to heaven and like old in between stuff. And there was another series that was fantastic. It was cut off at 2 issues. It's kind of like her version of Underwater by Chester Brown, the unfinished sort of weird one. But yeah, Devil's Grin. This is the 4th one. I've got the 3 of them here. You can order these from Alex directly. You can pick them up like print on demand in Europe if you're in Europe, trapped with high shipping costs. But yeah, I just love the storytelling. I love the characters. You could read it online for a while, but I wait for the books, and I just find it really compelling. It makes me feel like when I was reading Hate or 8 Ball back in the day, and just loving the characters, just absorbed in the world, desperate to read the next one. I find Alex such an exciting cartoonist.
Yeah.
True successor to like the underground, to the alternative, just everything you want from an alternative cartoonist. I get that with Alex Graham.
And it's like a level up from Dog Biscuits too, which is like that says something, because that
Yeah, well, it's the more refined version of Dog Biscuits. I don't know. She's just taken it a step further. It's an ambitious period piece, again, dealing with like all multiple characters all coming together in different ways. And yeah, I love it. I really, I can't recommend it enough.
Big Alex Graham fans on Manga Chat.
I think some people can't get past Alex's drawings. Like, she kind of, it's not a slop job, but like, she does these incredibly detailed paintings, and she can draw like super realistic people. But this is just Alex's style. It's just kind of, a bit loose and just rough and ready. And I don't know, but I love it.
this is like something I think about a lot. Is it's like you think about Chris Ware or something. It's like if you look at his paintings in the Acme Novelty Library, like he could be like this incredible fine artist, but he like chooses like the simple cartooning. Or Jeffrey Brown is another example of that. So it's like Alex is like, to do what Alex is doing is like, it may look like, you know, it may look like very simplified, but actually you can see that there's like a fine artist behind it.
Yeah, a controlled abstraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, sexy stuff. Just you know, this scene of them, just sexiness in the car. Very just very erotic sometimes.
That's where I checked out when there started to be sex in the comic. I stopped reading at that point. Disgusting, but
you're very British, Josh.
Otherwise, really good stuff.
Yeah, it's the pacing for me. It's the dialogue. It's the pacing. Like with Dog Biscuits, the characters in these just feel real to me. I feel like I'm peeping in on. Same as your pick, the Shrowan book. It feels so real. That one where they explore that planet. It's like I'm there with them on the planet, and it's just like it is like exploring a parallel world or something. It's absolutely transcendental cartooning. Highly recommended.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. Yeah, good old Alex Graham. Well, second pick. What do you think?
Yeah, time to get. Well, that was already pretty incestuous. With we're about to get equally incestuous. So let's. Are you ready?
You've not seen incestuous until you've seen this. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. It's Josh Pettinger. The Tedwood comics. You've got Cowdrey.
All right.
Go Cowdrey. Why? I love Cowdrey. Why Cowdrey?
I just think this is one of my favorite dog whistles of the. No, I just really agreed with it.
Calm down, Hillary Brown.
No, it's just like, this is one of the comics where when I'm feeling like frustrated with what I'm doing, this is one of the few that I grab off a shelf and I'm like, fuck, I need to be doing something like this, you know. It's just like pure comedy. There's like it goes in fucked up places, but even if it does, but it doesn't need to. It's just like, I don't know. It's just I think this is like the funniest comic of, you know.
When the dog character, I forget his name, when he's wanking to that porno, I can't remember what it's called.
Porn, yeah.
What's it called?
Isn't he wanking to like woke porn?
Yeah, I think it's called like Woke Babes or something, and there's like a Apu like torture scene where like Apu's like got like a knife strap on, he's torturing all these white women, and
Woke Babes magazine.
Yep, riding a knife's edge. Oh, he's being tortured. Oh, Jesus Christ! But it's funny. It really cracked me up. It went there, and it really cracked me up.
Oh God, here comes my white privilege.
Yep. Yeah, no, great punchline. I love Cowdrey, but there's emotion in there as well, like you know, just sadness and relationshipy kind of stuff and disappointment, and the beach scene is incredible, where the 3 women on the beach are nude sunbathing, and then the lifeguard tries to shut it down, and they just beat the shit out of him. It's a great scene. I think the little dog character's spying on them, and a great draftsman, Cowdrey. I posted some of his stuff in my stories the other day. He does stuff with like acetate sheets and does like a cell painting, and then flips it and puts it onto these drawn backgrounds and pencil stuff, and it just has such an incredible quality to it. Oh. Yeah, his craft is like crazy. Like if he keeps going, it's going to be like a Charles Burns level of like amazing, impeccable craft. It's really exciting, inspiring stuff.
And the way he draws like women is so observed.
I think he enjoys women.
Yeah.
Like you're making him sound like a monster.
He draws like he'll draw like a flesh fold or something. You know, a little thing that is just like, okay, that is I get it. I get what you're doing.
There was that close up of the baby from the cover of War Epic issue 2, which is available now, and then he did a close up of like the line work with all the correction fluid on it, And it looked like Chris Ware line work to me. Like when Chris Ware tries to do his more sort of detailed human style with less abstraction, it just, yeah, it screamed like Chris Ware to me. There is such a fine confidence to Nathan's line.
Yeah.
It is lovely to watch. It's lovely to see him grow. Like the war epic stuff's really leveling up. Some beautiful staging, beautiful use of shadows. Yeah, Crash Site. I mean, I have a quote on the back of fucking Crash Site. I mean, I pushed heavy for that book. I love the Goodreads reviews that are like, I really hated this book. I can't believe Simon Hanselman was so hard behind this. It's like, yeah, fuck you. It's like brilliant. It's like such a brilliant work. I love Crash Site. Yeah.
Incredible. No, no embossing or anything. Like, I think I was talking to him about this. He said he didn't want anything fancy. He didn't want embossing. He just wanted straight books. Quite interesting.
He's a demure, classy guy. No bells and whistles. I think Crash Site's out of print currently from Fantagraphics, but hopefully coming back into print once Nathan finishes his new project, and if it will be released by Fantagraphics, unless they're idiots, which they're not complete idiots. There's some good people there. So I think they'll do the Cowdrey book, and yeah, hopefully get Crash Site back into print, because I think it's a modern masterpiece. I agree with you, Josh.
Should we go to our third pick?
Oh, well, no, I haven't talked about. Are you trying to skip over this? Yeah, I see what you're doing. I've chosen the recent Tedwood comics from Josh Pettinger here. This is you're so uncomfortable, Josh, so visibly uncomfortable. Yeah, I love these. You know, I was a big fan of Goiter. I found out about Josh's Goiter series through Bubbles, and like, oh, this seems like a guy I could be best friends with. And when I moved to LA, Josh was here, and I said, hey, do you want to hang out, man? And we started hanging out like every week, going on our bike rides and just working together and working on stuff, and you know, bigging each other up. Our men's therapy group where we just talk about life and death and all that big stuff and comics, and yeah, and it's Josh, I very much enjoy being a best friend with you. It's very nice, and I'm loving what you're doing. So Power Wash was the first spin-off Tedwood comic, which was a delightful romp. And then we did the Tedwood classic movies, where I tried my hand at Tedwood after we did our split Werewolf Jones book. And Sex Trousers in here is an absolute classic banger. The condom fitting room scene. But this is just good comedy. This is well-paced, well-written, dry British comedy with a good payoff. It's like Nick Mandag level, dry comedy that'll make you wet with laughter. I love it. And the most recent one was The Warm Television, which had me laughing out loud several times. And I had to call you and say, like, did you live some of this stuff? Like, there were certain lines in it, like about the coins and stuff with the coin-operated television. It's like, were you actually a coin television repairman / coin collector? And you weren't.
No.
But you seemingly just went into this world, and you just wrote some incredible dialogue. And I was well along for the ride. Again, another incredible payoff. And I can't wait for the next Tedwood book. It's just genuinely enjoyable comics. And I've had 2 meat and potatoes picks in a row. There's a trend with me. I like character work. I like meat and potatoes comedy and sadness, like a mix, sad comedy and just, nuanced comedy, dramedy. I don't know. But yeah, Tedwood scratches the itch, Josh. And I have to tip my proverbial cap to you and just thank you for making funny, humor-driven, character-driven comics popular again.
Thank you.
I hope this train continues and more people jump off the poetry comics train and the activism comics train and just start doing character-driven comedy that aims to entertain and disgust the reading audience and just tickle their funny bones, all in equal measure.
Nice.
Yeah, good work, Josh. Everyone go out and get these. I think these are sold out, are they, maybe? Might be able to pick them up at 50 Watts or Secret Headquarters, still deep in the bowels of their website.
Desert Island still has them.
Yeah.
I just printed.
Warm Television's readily available at Secret Headquarters, 50 Watts Books, various other venues. I'm sure Partners and Sons, Desert Island, all the usual suspects.
Usual stores.
Yeah, pick them up. And the new one coming along. You're in the trenches right now, battling through another one.
Yeah. All right. Should we do our third pick? All right. Simon's frozen. His internet. Let's do some quick. Thanks, Crapmaster Zach. The twist in Warm Television is quite good. I agree. Josh has great comedic pacing. Thank you. Every Manga Chat crew book is an event. Yes, it is. Let's see. You don't have any questions while Simon unfreezes himself? Someone here said earlier that they oh, here it is. In honor of Josh, I'm eating some trail mix while watching this fine episode of Manga Chat. I've not eaten any trail mix since the 2 days in a row where I ate too much trail mix. I'm quite, off of that. What size paper do you use? Simon uses regular, like, copy paper usually, and I use 11 by 17 Bristol board. You're back.
Not happy about this. We're paying for this. We're paying $220 a year for fucking StreamYard, or the fuck it's called. I'm not happy about this. We're going to have to write them a fucking letter and get a credit.
I think this one might be your internet.
Yeah, maybe it is. Fucking Spectrum or Comcast. I don't know. Comcast was Seattle, I think. I think it's Spectrum here in LA. I don't know. But you were just talking about paper or something there, Josh?
Yeah, someone asked what size paper we use. I said that you use copy paper or printer paper size. I use 11 by 17.
Yeah, sometimes I use a 9 by 12, but recently I've been cutting it down to North American comic book size and just drawing like the actual size of a floppy comic. And then for this thing, I'm just using computer paper.
Nice.
Yeah. How exciting! But yeah, you draw big, Josh. You went really big recently as well. I remember you had a dalliance.
It was too big, so I changed to 19 by 24. So I've just been cutting it in half and just going back to normal size. Actually works out because it's I get twice as much paper out of it.
Oh, very nice, cost effective.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did the 11 by 17 like you. I was like, oh, that looks fun doing the big pages. Some of the Werewolf Jones zines, I did them big, but for me, it's just exhausting. It's like, it's sized up, so I have to do twice the amount of work. I feel like that all the lines are twice the size. I have to fill in twice the amount of black space with my brush. If I just draw smaller, it's more compact and just I think quicker.
Yeah. I'm in denial about my eyesight going though. I can't draw smaller. I can't like look at it, but I was I think that eye twitch thing that I've been having is I need some glasses.
Yeah, my panels are like, I don't know, 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches here or something. Quite small. I've got some big splash panels on some of these pages though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm frustrated by this choppy stream. It's not good. Well, anyway, should we do our third pick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I picked one. It's not, it's not my favorite thing I've ever read. I do love it, but it's more influential to me, and I'll show you.
Well, I've got a tie here.
All right.
It's a tie.
All right. Should we go?
Yep. Let's bring them up. 1, 2, 3, go. What is that? Is that Gilbert Hernandez?
The Case of the Missing Men by
Wait, what's that?
And Alexander Forbes.
Oh, I thought it was a noirish. I thought it was one of those noirish Gilbert books. But yes, I can see up close now. It's not Gilbert. Interesting. I've got the Nates. I've got Nate Cowdery and Nate Garcia. It's the Nates. I put them together. Two good Nates.
The Nates, nice.
The Nates.
Two good.
Now, what is this? I'm unaware. I think I'm unaware of what this is, Josh.
So
Inform me. School me.
Weird Canadian mystery. I'll read the thing to you. Nancy Drew meets David Lynch in this mystery thriller set in a remote and eerie East Coast village. The story follows a gang of teens who have made it their business to investigate every one of the town's bizarre occurrences. As the Teen Detective Club, their small world of pets and shit. There's like cults in it and mythology, secret societies. But I didn't realize. I think there's this character here. I'll show you. I've kind of ripped him off a bit.
It does look a bit like Tedward, like a handsome Tedward.
Yeah, but it's also like look. I don't know if you can see that. It's just like it's beautiful, and it's just
that's lovely.
Yeah, it's like so detailed. It's kind of like I guess it looks a bit manga-y, but
yeah, it looks a bit Garo-ish. That big panel, that splashy, but yeah, with a bit of a Canadian influence.
Yeah, but it's just like fun. Like I really love the way he draws faces. What's
this fucker's name again?
It's Chris Burton and Alexander Forbes. I don't know who writes and who draws, but
Who's published this?
let me see. Fuck, I don't know.
There's no publisher.
Just a picture. Hobtown Mysteries. Fuck, it doesn't. It probably says it. Fresh Slice. No. Conundrum.
Oh, Conundrum. I love Conundrum. They do some great stuff.
Yeah.
I think they did that Sami Awani book, a few other good things. Very nice, very nice. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna go and buy that. Crapmaster Zach in the comments said that it is on Amazon.
It's just very dry and it's like full of these weird, like this, these incredible.
Very nice.
Pen drawing. Just yeah.
This looks well up my alley, and it reads well.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, it does.
Is it saucy or is it dry or is it sort of a bit of everything?
It's not really saucy. It's kind of a bit,
surreal or.
Yeah, it's like I guess it says here Lynchian.
Yeah, so I thought Nancy Drew meets Lynch. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get like, it's like I said, it's like gets one of like secret societies and cults and all this mythology and stuff. But they just there's 2 parts. This is part 1. I haven't read part 2 yet, but I'm gonna get that. And I think I saw something about this morning. I can't remember if they announced there's a 3rd one or they're reprinting them together, something like that. But
I'm gonna pick this up immediately when we get off the stream. Count me as I am your unenlightened friend, and I'm gonna go and pick that up.
Nice, yeah. Hobtown Mysteries: The Case of the Missing Men.
Okay, all right, I'm there. Thank you, Crapmaster Zach, also for the Amazon thing. Although, actually, I'm gonna buy it at a small independent bookstore. Of course, I
was actually recommended that by I think Jules at Secret Headquarters suggested me.
Nice.
A little bit before I left for Philly. Yeah.
Good old Secret Headquarters. That's nice. They knew that you were gonna that one. What's that?
So you have Sea Diver and Plum Pocket in a tie.
Well, no, I mean, I've cheated again. I just, that's just a representation. Like, I've got my whole stack of Cowdery stuff here. I mean, I met Cowdery in like 2016 at Safari Festival in London. He came up. In my memory, he was shirtless with a pair of nunchucks tucked in his back pocket, but I don't think he was. I think he was wearing a top. He was wearing clothes. But yeah, he gave me these, and I was like, yeah, all right, mate. Like, yeah, all right, on your way. And then I read them and was like, fucking hell, these are fucking incredible. And Gary Groth lost my copies of these. I lent them to Gary Groth. That he claims he never borrowed them, but he's a fucking liar, and he lost them in his fucking mansion. Well, it's not really a mansion, but it's a decent house, though. But that's when you could buy decent houses in Seattle in the 80s and 90s before it turned into a fucking gentrified Amazon. But yeah, these are great. I cherished. Nathan these for me. Found his house. And then he did the Shiner, which he really leveled up with Shiner. This is an incredible. This is very hard to find these days. Very. Scene with the cat character sitting on the bench with this kid is just amazing. But what he's doing on cross hatching and stuff there, his drawings really sort of refined and become a lot cleaner over the last 5 or 6 years. But
I hope he does whole scenes.
Yeah, I like, can you collect all the zines, mate? Like, come on, like you got to get it all into print. Love Songs was the next one that was incredible, and then he did the Crash Site, did the big graphic novel, Fantagraphics, and Fulgencio Pimentel. This did win the award in Spain, prestigious comics award that's been won by John Pham, Alex Graham, Nathan Cowdery. Fantastic award to win for a young cartoonist. You get a bit of money, actually. It's one of the actual worthwhile awards where they actually give you some fucking money instead of just like a pat on the back. But yeah, and then we had the Sea Diver, which is unfinished. I keep telling him, I think he might be finishing it actually, just so he can put it out as a book. Just it'd be shame to let all this work go to waste.
See, I was telling him when he was here in Philadelphia that I actually think the book is fine by itself and not to stress about it and just who gives a shit.
Yeah. I was the opposite. I was like, you really need to stress about this. Like, I hope you're waking up in a cold sweat, you fucking motherfucker. Like, finish it off. Don't leave it unfinished. Because you want to get Crash Site back into print. Like, you've spent a year on this, and then you just got to, like, let it go. Like, it's like, finish it off. the way you finished off Victory Squad. I don't think you wanted to finish Victory Squad in Goiter, but you shat out the 3rd chapter and you put a cap on it and you finished it. That's what he needs to do. And I love Victory Squad. I thought the ending was great. That's what he needs to do with this, and then collect it with all the other zine stuff, all the Lucy's. That would be like an incredible, library, bookstore, Barnes and Noble collection. I highly recommend that he does that. But now we're up to the War Epic. This is the 1st issue. The 2nd one just came out. He's had 2 of these this year, which is fantastic. He's on fire. The new issue looks incredible.
As a reminder, didn't he say he's going to take it off sale on October 10th?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's getting too many sales. I mean, it's going crazy. And highly recommended. This warplane sequence, this dogfight sequence is incredible. And we already talked about Cowdrey from your pick, was it?
Cross side.
So we've already said all we need to about the craft and whatnot, but I'm just reiterating that he's just fantastic, and this is a very exciting contemporary series. And then I tied with the other Nate Garcia. I couldn't help myself. I got the first Cowboy Alonzo Sneak, and then the Muscle Horse. That's the sketchbook thing. Plum Pocket, and again, strong narrative. Good cast of characters I've come to care about. I'm very excited about Flippy, the new thing he's working on that Domino Books will be putting out. I think not long away. Nate's working diligently on the last 10 pages of this thick, long new book, all crazy cross-hatching, lustrous hair, beautifully rendered cars. And I love Alonzo Sneak. I love Huff Dealey. I love Monty, the lady character, the Alonzo's sister, I believe. I love Sheena the horse. You can see Sheena the horse there. Yeah, just fantastic. He's leveled up. This is a cartoonist who's so fun to watch. Just level up. I got to do an honorary mention. Jasper Jubenville. This is my 4th pick honorary mention. Just young guys. Jasper's 22, 21. Nate's only 21. Watching these guys level up in real time.
I think you posted the other day, those pages from the new issue, they're fucking I was thinking about how the imagery he has in his head, his imagination is wild. It's just
what blows me away with Jasper is his shit pencils. He just does the loosest fucking pencils and then fills it in and just does all this incredible shading, and it just looks incredible. I think he just has it in his mind's eye. He's a natural drawer. He lays down the rough, and then he just, like a computer or something, just fills it in. And there's a real passion for the craft with both Garcia and Jubenville. It's just watching these flowers blossoming and just coming into their own.
Ethan Llewellyn too. It's exciting to see.
Yes. I looked at the NAF issues from Ethan Llewellyn. I was like, I should pull these out too. I was like, I can't pick everything. But these 3 young guys are just blossoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when Lee Lai and Tommy Parrish from Melbourne, watching them from a decade ago to where they've gotten now in both this craft and careers. Beautiful to watch. I could show you the most embarrassing, scrappy early zines, and Tommy Parrish is a better painter than me, and just their command of light and shadow, incredible. I've got some Tommy Parrish originals, so I look at them sometimes and they just blow my fucking mind. How the fuck did he paint this shit?
The Partners and Son, they had an exhibit of all of the originals from a lot of the originals from Men I Trust, and they're just they're drawn so small as well. They're mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. It's just brutally neat and fastidious. I have this one. It's this, I don't know, this original marble tiles and stuff, and just the detail on the tiles and just the cleanliness and Tommy must have been painting it in the back of a car or a bus or living in the woods in a shelter, or Tommy's always traveling and just, I imagine, drawing under duress or something, but it's just so impeccable. But Jasper is one to watch. He's been on the show. We've talked about Jasper before, but he was just complaining that he hates this book now, and I was talking to him like, yeah, we all just move on and start to hate our early work. Like, you know, he's moved on so far from just this. Like, this is the collection from Strangers that came out like last year or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's already just shitting all over himself and drawing even thicker thighs, more lustrous thighs, if you can even imagine. And yeah, just fun stuff. But yeah, I recommend go out and get all the Nate Garcia stuff. Like Flippy's coming out soon. Plum Pocket, that was a whole thing. That was an incredible one. Muscle Horse was real fun, and just he's like a young shitty Crumb. Yeah, that's my picks there. I had
good picks. That's a good choice.
Yeah. I have a sad final. It's not a pick. It's just something to bring up. Just a good cartoon is gone. Like in Frank Santoro's, you know, Hype Pup newsletter that comes out monthly that I get. He often features like good cartoonist gone. Tom Van Dusen.
That's so this that Scorched Earth was almost in my
Really?
Was almost in my mid-career picks, or maybe
See,
funniest comics around, isn't it?
Yeah, these last two books that Tom put out, I loved. This one with the duck, this one with the duck in it, and the one with the memorabilia. Incredible. Just like it's like a true successor to Joe Matt in a way, just like self-flagellating, much more fantastical autobio and really over-embellished and, you know, with like sort of made up stuff going on, but a fantastic self-assassination in terms of character. And I really miss Tom. I say good cartoon is gone. He blocked me on Instagram, so he might still be drawing comics. But
there's that one. I can't remember if it's in the beginning of Scorched Earth or I might be joking, where he goes on a date at the beginning. I wish I was joking. He goes on a date with like kind of this like feminist goth girl, and he's just like obnoxious and so horrible, and it's some of the funniest fucking.
Yeah, I love it. I miss Tom's voice in comics. I mean, he put this nude photograph of himself in the front of Deisha the book, and yeah, Scorched Earth was amazing during his obese phase. But yeah, as I said, he blocked me on Instagram. Like, we used to hang out in Seattle, but there was a tiff in the local scene between him and someone in a relationship, and I kind of took the side of, like, you know, I was in a band with someone that like Tom didn't like, but the last time Tom and I saw each other, it was a Christmas party at Eric Reynolds' house, I guess like 2019, like before the pandemic, and, you know, a big boisterous Christmas party. And I got too drunk and I vomited all over Eric's front steps. And Tom, we'd been chatting and trying to sort of make amends, and it was a bit awkward, but he helped me clean up all the vomit with some leaves. And I thought it was a really tender moment, but he blocked me on Instagram. I guess, I don't know, it got weird. I think once he got mad at me as well, we did an event together, and I kind of like, I did this shtick where I was like, you know, I booked this gig with my agent, but I didn't realize it was with Tom Van Dusen. And, you know, I just started making up all this stuff about him and what a monster he was, and how, like, you know, I'm professional, so I'll soldier on, but I'm really unhappy about this. And, you know, I was joking, but apparently he got mad afterwards, or, you know, that's what I hear from someone, that he was upset. And, yeah, a lot of great times with Tom. He's got the loudest cackle. I love his infectious laughter, and he started doing more tech stuff. Like, he was designing apps, and I saw he drew a comic for the Stranger or something, or Seattle Weekly or whatever one still survived. It was much more angular. It was all computery and very angular and clean, and he sort of changed his style, and it was interesting. And I don't know, but I miss the comics of Tom Van Dusen. I have no idea where the fuck you would buy these. I have no fucking clue if you could even find them on eBay. They're probably quite rare.
I think Still Books still has a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's Poochie Press, which was Tom's own imprint. But yeah, I think the Big Me book, I think this was Kilgore. It doesn't seem to. Yep, Kilgore. So yeah, maybe Kilgore books.
Spit and a Half might still have them.
Yeah, worth picking up for you diggers, for you crate diggers out there. It's worth, if you've not read these, you're not familiar with these, worth picking up.
Yeah, like laugh out loud funny.
Yeah, I think so. You know, good cartoonist gone, or just, you know, he went into a different. I think comics, you know, you have to really fucking work hard at comics to make them pay. You know, Josh, like, to make any money at this racket, you have to fucking work. And, you know, yeah, I don't know. I guess Tom was like, I can make more money doing this tech stuff. He always worked in kind of like proper jobs and stuff, and like, you know, had health insurance and money through that. So I guess he thought, look, I'm just going to do that instead of living in a garret and devoting myself to scratching away at a bit of paper for fucking 10 hours a day to try and fucking make it, you know, and make that a viable thing. Took me a long time. Took me until I was like 30, and you know, a bit later than that even, to have a viable income coming in. I've been self-sufficient from comics since I think 2013, almost a decade now. It's doable, but you gotta work really hard, and you gotta have a bit of luck, and you gotta really fucking hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all these picks, all these people, they're all hustlers. They're all really cranking it out. Shrowan's bashing the stuff out. Garcia, Cowdrey, fucking, you know, Graham. Everyone's bashing it out and really just working on character work. Pettinger, just character work, love of the craft, smashing it out, and it's beautiful to see, and it's inspiring.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's what I want to see. It's, while I'm toiling away, I want to see other people toiling and having the fruits of their labors celebrated and engaged with by the audience. It's a beautiful thing to see. I love comics. I love them. We're all about positivity here at the Manga Chat.
On that note, shall we wrap this up?
Take some audience questions. Yeah,
let's do that then.
Let's take some audience questions and we'll wrap it up and get back to work. You've got to go out to, you're going to the big event tonight at Partners and Sons, the big Clouds event.
At some point, I might go a bit later. I'm not going to go there as soon as that starts.
No. It's going to be mental there. So I imagine it's going to be like 300
I'm not, like, I bought the book the day before because I don't want to be walking around here. It's like holding the same book as everyone else and then going to dinner afterwards. Like, I'm holding the book. It's like, no, I'm not going to.
Well, you don't need it signed. I mean, you're going to dinner with him. I mean, you don't need it signed.
That's what I'm saying. It's, I don't want to be at dinner with the book, you know?
Also, I mean, I went to dinner, like a big dinner in like 2014, and it was like Art Spiegelman, Charles Burns, Brandon Graham, all these big heavy hitters, and I like passed a sketchbook around the table, and like, oh, can you all draw a picture of Meg for me? And they were all really polite and acquiesced, and it's a really fun big sketchbook I flip through sometimes, like, oh wow, and Klaus refused to. He actually asked me to. I went to his house and he signed. He was like, "Would you sign my copy of Megahex?" Oh, sure. And did a nice drawing and like, "Would you draw a Meg in my sketchbook?" No. Like, okay, I understand. But yeah, I got it's a really good drawings in there. But yeah, quite crass at the dinner to be like, "Oh, you can draw in my sketchbook." Yeah, bit crass, but I had to do it. But I was younger, I was sassier, I was crazier.
Usually just color with Photoshop.
Hang on, Josh, you got to read the question out, or it sounds weird to people who are drawing because they're going to have to look up. I imagine people draw to Manga Chat. Josh, what program do you use to digitally color your work?
Adobe Photoshop.
Oh, the Adobe.
Yeah, just use the paint bucket button. Easy.
Now, weren't we talking with Cowdrey last week, and he's like using his finger or the mouse or something, some insane system?
Yeah, he uses the trackpad. It's fucking mental.
Yeah, I'm still just using my. It's just I got all my plates here. I got my grey plate. I got my pink and browns. I got my greens and browns and blues. I got my purples and
nice.
And I've got my cup of supermarket pen. Terrified of computers. I don't know how you do it, Josh. It looks like to me, I feel like a surgeon on the operating table with an open wound and a nerve ending spraying everywhere, and I just I paralyze and I shut down. There's too many options.
Yeah.
For a while when you were living here, I asked you to teach me to do the computer coloring. Like, would you mind, just doing a few lessons? I still kind of want to do that. I do kind of need to know how to do it. I've violently said over the years that I hate computer coloring and I'll never learn, but we all grow older and we all change a bit. So I'd be interested in dabbling with it.
Yeah.
Here's a question from Paul N. If you could reprint any out-of-print comic, what book would you choose?
Up until recently, it would have been Crickets too, but I'm kind of over that now. It's like he doesn't want people to read it. I'm not, I don't care if I read it or not.
Yeah, we browsed through it. Dave from the Secret Headquarters broke one out, and we had a bit of a woof through it while we were smoking some ciggies out the front of the store, and it looked good, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, if he doesn't want people to see it, he didn't put it in the collection. Like, why force the poor bastard?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's one that I don't have crickets too. You don't either, Josh. I mean, they're rare as hen's teeth. I don't know why. Small print run. I know cricket's 3 in the front in the indicia said published by Drawn Quarterly, and it was all crossed out. But you could, so there was some falling out or something. Drawn Quarterly were putting out those crickets floppies, and then they became self-published, and What Things Do were doing them, and then it's Commonwealth Comics, like Sammy's imprint, Secret Headquarters or whatever. But
Yeah.
I'd probably say some old like CF crap or something. I have a lot of rare CF work, and there's a lot that I'm missing. I did hear a rumor that a certain publisher is going to be putting out a collection of CF early work and early zines. I don't know how comprehensive it'll be. Like the paper ad book that came out a few years ago was quite disappointing because it was just it was like a monograph type thing, like just photos of the zines. So you couldn't really read it properly as a comic. It was more just like historical and laying it out. So I hope this is a thick, comprehensive collection. But that's coming out at some point from a certain publisher. It's not been publicly announced. Someone on the alt comics said, "Oh, this publisher's putting out this collection," and I was like, "Is that public knowledge?" Like I heard that from someone in the industry, and but it's out there publicly now who's doing it. You can go and look on the alt comics Reddit, and very fine publishers doing it.
What's your favorite
probably
Sig?
Favorite Seg? Ooh.
Yeah.
Josh, you go first. What's your favorite Siggy?
I was a bit. I was a Pall Mall Reds guy for a bit, and then I decided went over to a fancy Marlboro Red.
Really?
And that's basically all I can deal with. In England, I always smoked Lambert and Butler. I would do Cutter's Choice or Golden Virginia if I was rolling. I stopped rolling over here though because it's always just so dry and just like crispy and throat burner. All right, Simon's frozen again. Camel menthols. No, I wouldn't go with camel menthols. Okay, Simon, you've unfrozen.
Yeah, I'm back now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. It must be my shit internet. I'm out in the desert. Yeah, I always did roll-ups, Josh. I was always a roll-up man. I've never smoked tailor-mades, as I call them. I think there's more chemicals in them. I don't like the way they keep burning if you put them down. I like a nice roll-up. It's a bit wet and goes out all the time, and you constantly have to be relighting it. And I have quit smoking. I quit a year ago because I had a kid, and I'm cycling now. I'm trying to get healthy. I'm trying to be a better person and not stink all the time. Sorry, Josh, no offense to calling you out for being smelly there. Bingo your dog must be like, "Oh, daddy, you stink." Yeah, I don't want my daughter to be like, "Oh, daddy smells." And although my mother-in-law's always here puffing about, and I do bum a cigarette off her sometimes. Every like month, I'll be like, "Oh, go on, give me a little birthday candle and burn one down. Happy birthday to me." Yeah, I liked. I used to smoke Golden Virginia when I lived in the UK. I smoked Champion Ruby in Australia for many years, and I was smoking the Amsterdam Shag, the Shag family, a bit of Norwegian Shag sometimes. I'd go into the humidor, I'd get my nice pouch, I'd get my zigzag papers, the yellow ones, and I'd blaze up those little ciggies with filters. People ask me, "Can I bum a cig off you?" I'm like, "Yeah, here you go, here's your filter." "Oh, no filter." Fuck you. I take the pouch bag and say, "Fuck off." Like, unfiltered roll-ups are disgusting.
I can't do
sick.
that.
Absolutely horrible.
I am curious.
What?
Curious about this question. Is everyone should collect their old zines? I'm not into inaccessibility. I can't even get Jason Cowdery's older stuff. See, is Jason Cowdery an artist I don't know, or is Jason Cowdery this person's mishearing Nathan Cowdery as Jason Cowdery every time?
Well, I think they've mangled Cowdery's name because they've misspelt Cowdery as well. It's they've just gotten into him, so I mean, I think they're talking about Nathan Cowdery. Our accents are probably confusing this American viewer, perhaps. I'm assuming they're American.
I don't know.
No.
Cowdery,
See, I published all my zines as seeds and stems. I broke down and did the big thick zine collection. And for a while, I really liked that the zines were rare because as a consumer, I like to hunt for things. As a collector, I like that I don't have all the early CF works. It's frustrating that they'll go for $700 on eBay. I just bid on a paper ad mini on eBay last week. I was like $40. I'll bid $40. It went for like 400. I'm not going to pay that. That's stupid money. That's silly. I paid $250 for like 100 issues of Gru, but I'm getting a fat stack of grooves. That's good value. It's $250 a unit. But yeah, I broke down. I did the collection for the Johnny Come Latelys. Why should all this work be so hard to find?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to put another book out and put them all together. And I did a little comic in the front. It's kind of like fun of people. I think it's like Al and Werewolf Jones in a record store. It's kind of an analogy about collecting all these rare singles and all these rare B-sides, and being a big collector head, and like, don't I feel privileged and cool? And then the Johnny Come Lately budget collection comes out and just decimates your collection and kind of makes it fucking worthless. And why did you spend all that time and money?
That was a well-selling book that probably benefited from the inaccessibility of the rarity of the zines, right?
Two things. It was it came out during the height of Crisis Zone, and there was a lot of goodwill there towards me for all the free work I was doing for the public, and yeah, it was all the rare inaccessible zines. So I think people ate that one up. We sold 8,000 copies in a week without doing any press. We did no press except for me on Instagram saying, hey, if you like what I'm doing, The Crisis Zone, please go and buy this Odds and Ends book. And yeah, it sold real well. Don't even need to do press anymore. Fuck you, mainstream press outlets. No, love them. Love you all. Love you all. Love you, New York Times.
I'll ask, where's your favorite Weatherspoons locations? Mine is the one near Liverpool Street. There's a big fancy one that's 2 stores. Really nice Weatherspoons.
I've never been, Josh. I've never been to Weatherspoons. I keep hearing about it. I know what it is.
Does it really have like a chain pub, or is just the idea of a chain pub is insane now, like thinking about it. But
I mean, I love a good sports bar. I love playing billiards. Me and HTML Flowers used to spend a lot of time in sports bars playing pool.
yeah.
I've never been to Dave and Buster's. We need to rectify this, Josh. We need to do a tour of the UK or something, or you and me go to Weatherspoons live at Weatherspoons with Jimmy Brown.
Yeah, it's not like an Applebee's or a TGI Fridays. It's its own thing. It's just like low rent, cheap pub. Everything's
is it a sports bar kind of vibe?
They have televisions where you can watch sports, but I think like the thing it's known for is like they're too cheap to buy music licensing, so they don't have any music in there.
You at least have some cover songs or something.
Yeah, or like when you hear a karaoke version that's sort of slightly off.
Yeah, I used to work at Black's, the camping store in the UK, and they just played a cassette of like cover songs of Teenage Dirtbag and Single Ladies, and yeah, it was monotonous and horrible. But yeah, I don't know, they managed to get some pop songs in there.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of questions here. Gosh, there's a lot of chatter here. How much Peanuts have you guys read? Asks Paul M. Have you read much Peanuts?
I think the early stuff, but when those collections, I've read a lot of like the 50s one, like the first ones, and then I kind of stopped having interest. They're great, but I'm not,
Yeah,
not a big Peanuts head.
I read it when I was young. I was reading Garfield and Peanuts, a little paperbacks, and I loved it. Watched all the cartoons, but as an adult, I've not really. I've got them all on the shelf. I mean, all the Fantagraphics collections.
Yeah,
not really going back into it. Maybe one day, but it's so little time and so much stuff.
Well, Jones' book came out. It was real like, are we going to push past this Peanuts collection and to get to number 1? So I was getting quite resentful of Charlie Brown for a bit. Yeah.
Oh, I do love Charlie Brown though. He's a good boy.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Do you guys play video games?
I don't. You do.
Do you? You don't? Yeah, I do. I got my PS5 over there. I got my PSVR 2, which is a big disappointment. I got my Wii U still set up. I got my Switch. I got my 3DS. I got a ton of great 3DS games. Oh yeah, I've been playing games since the fucking 80s. Started with the Atari 2600, Sega Master System, NES, Mega Drive / Genesis, Super Nintendo, PS1, all the way through. Every generation I've been there. Never had an Xbox. Didn't have a PS2 or 3, but I bought the PS4 when it was cheap, and I love my PS4, mostly for watching cartoons on. Yeah, I love them. Breath of the Wild was fucking amazing. I love old platformers. Play Splatoon probably every night. I've sunk 500 hours in a year into Splatoon 3. I'm addicted. I took a month off, but I'm back into it now. I'm so addicted to Splatoon. It's such a waste of time. I sit there at night playing it for like 20 minutes to an hour, and it's such a fucking waste of time. But it's
Yeah.
cathartic, and I enjoy it. It's like going to paintball. It makes me happy. So I do it. Yeah.
What brand of Bristol board do I use? I use Strathmore 300 series 11x17 Bristol board. It's mid range, pretty nice stuff. Gets a bit. Sometimes it starts to feel like damp. This is just like being in the apartment too long. It's not
Damp.
good. Yeah, it's like very susceptible to humidity.
No, that's not good.
No.
Yeah, I can't find a good paper. I tried the Fabriano hot press. I don't like it. I think I'm just using the same shit you are, Josh, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Mango here asks favorite cartoons.
I would say The Simpsons #1, early Simpsons. Really love Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Adventure Time I like a lot, like that earlier seasons of Adventure Time.
Ugh, fuck you. Yeah, all right, we're not friends anymore. No, I liked Adventure Time when it came out. I actually thought Adventure Time was quite all right. It was hard to tell. Is it a kids show or is it like teens or like? It worked for adults. I started to hate it once it kind of ruined the comic scene and made all the work kind of twee and kind of like everyone just wanted to have an animation job. So I started to resent Adventure Time and kind of despise it, and I still kind of despise it. Yeah, favorite cartoon, Simpsons, definitely. I'm looking at my DVD shelf. I like Xavier Renegade Angel, if that counts, stuff like that. And yeah, I guess just The Simpsons. And I loved Ren and Stimpy when I was little. I was banned when I was a kid, which is really upsetting to me.
Yeah.
I liked SpongeBob when it first came out. I was a bit old to be watching it, but I watched that with my kid recently. SpongeBob's great.
It is, yeah.
I loved Neon Genesis Evangelion when it came out in the 90s or whenever. That was fucking huge.
Yeah, I love all the Ghibli stuff. I love Akira.
Yes, I love all the Ghibli or Ghibli stuff. I loved Astro Boy, the old 80s Astro Boy series, and Belle and Sebastian. Legend of the Cities of Gold, Hidden Cities of Gold. Incredible cartoon. Incredible.
Bucky O'Hare.
What was that?
Bucky O'Hare.
Oh, Bucky O'Hare. I just played the video game of that in the day. Was that a cartoon?
Yeah. I was like, when I was a kid, it was like that and Super Ted were like the same show, basically.
Super Ted with the gay skeleton. Oh.
Yeah.
Did you watch? Do you have Banana Man?
It sounds familiar, but
Banana Man. Yeah, I love Danger Mouse as well. Danger Mouse was fucking amazing.
Wait,
really showing what?
Wasn't Danger Mouse David Jason, Del Boy?
Probably. I don't know. Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah,
I loved Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So Al asking, have you both watched Garth Marenghi's Dark Place? Please.
Yeah, we love Garth
Please. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Matthew Holness and Ayoade, cancelled man, Richard Ayoade, evil man, Richard Ayoade. Love Richard Ayoade, big fan, love him. He can do no wrong in my eyes.
No.
Yeah, Matt Berry in there, early Matt Berry doing his Matt Berry voice.
Yeah.
Incredible, impeccable. Got the DVD, got the book. I think just came out recently. The Garth Marenghi's Terror Tome.
Yeah.
Haven't read it yet, but really fucking excited to dig into it.
Yeah, something I also like Garth Marenghi. I've written more books than I've read.
It's so good. Yeah. Now, if you've not watched Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, people, please go out and check it out. The Richard Ayoade's fake bad acting in it just like has me in stitches, just perpetually. Also, the follow-up, Dean Lerner's Man to Man.
I hated it. I thought that show was shit, but
really,
yeah, I hated Man to Man.
I found it not as strong as Dark Place, but upon second and third viewings, I really appreciate it and I actually really love it. Just the whole thread about how the blonde lady's gone missing and like she's presumably been murdered by Dean Lerner. It's dry. It's a slow burn. I love Man to Man.
Yeah.
And we both love Black Books and Limmy's show, The Trip. Yeah, of course. I have every British DVD up here. I mean, I've got Ideal, all the Stuart Lees, all the Armando Iannucci stuff, every Steve Coogan DVD you can possibly buy.
Yeah.
Toast of London, Hyperdrive, Mighty Boosh, League of Gentlemen, all the Sean Locke DVDs, 15 Stories High. Josh, you put me onto that. I've got the Charlie Brooker stuff. You know, I've got all the Graham Linehan stuff. Love Linehan, fucking great. You know, got Marion and Jeff. I got all the Peep Show. I got all the Mitchell and Webb. I've got Space. Look Around You. Grandma's House. Amstel. I got fucking Bottom. I got the goodies. I got everything. All the Gervais. I got it all.
Yes.
Oh,
Fan Jam says, remember the smoking room? I do, with Robert Webb. That show was like, I think it was on BBC Three, and it was like late at night always. Yeah, I think it was like, you know, trying to be The Office or something. It was like, you know, sub like that kind of period. But I really liked the smoking room.
I love that sketch in Big Train where they're all wanking in the office, and the manager comes like, "No more wanking in the office." It's like buckets everywhere full of old tissues.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's so horrible. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish Graham Linehan had come back to comedy. I wish he'd come back to comedy.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing stand up now, but you've ruined your career, Graham. But yeah, no, I do love those old Linehan shows.
Yeah.
I just got Count Arthur Strong on DVD. I've never seen that. That's a late period Linehan show that I've never watched. One of his sort of co-write kind of projects with someone else. But I'm gonna give it a go, see what it's like. I don't think it'll hit the heights of Father Ted, Black Books of the IT Crowd, but we'll see.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, I'd not really, not really that familiar with it. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we wrap it up, Josh, and get to work? There's more questions here, but I think we've both got work to do, and you've got to go out tonight. I've got to go and check on my kids, and Daddy's in his smelly old studio with his weird books. Penny still. I watch Manga Chat sometimes with my daughter at night, just to like see how it came out, just for a minute, and she's like, "Uncle Josh." Yeah. There was the episode with Jack. She was like, "Mummy," because like Mummy's away right now touring with Dan Clowes, and like to go to the New Yorker offices and all fancy shit. But she's like, "Mummy and Uncle Josh and Daddy." It's her favorite show. My daughter's favorite show is Manga Chat because it's got all of her favorite people on it. All right. Another great episode, Josh. We are firing on all pistons, all cylinders. We are just absolutely crushing it. Take that, kayfabe. Go fuck yourselves. There's a new big dog in town. Woof, woof, woof. All right.